Well, what do you know? I'm back here. I didn't just stop. I've been away basically, look at this. My whole family's been sick, as you can imagine, for the last month at least. Coughing, walking around coughing their faces off. And I'm the only one, I'm not gonna jinx, I hope I don't jinx it now, but I've been the only one that's not sick. But I can't film anything here. I managed to brew a beer, but also I didn't film it. This is gonna be a quick one, I hope. If I don't ramble on too much about different things. So what I've done is I wanted to brew so the reason why I didn't film is because I've already kind of done a beer like this, and I thought, well, why would I film this again? It's a sort of an Irish Stout, but I wanted to change things up a bit, and I was like, I'm talking really fast here because I only have this window of time to do this. My daughter's out at a class. They're gonna be back probably pretty soon, so I feel like I'm under pressure. Middle of the day, about to drink some beers and whatever, so I was trying to get something like a Murphy's Irish Stout. Where I live, we can't really get it. So I remember having it when I was in Ireland. There is a pub in a part of BC that in Victoria on Granville Island. It's an Irish pub. They had it there, but I don't have it enough to know the difference between that and a Guinness. So I thought, why don't I ask ChatGPT? And so I did get this. I got a description of what's different about it. They put together a recipe. And I know I don't just go look at that and go, okay, I'm done. I always take what it says and then research it, look at other recipes, see how it compares and everything. So I'm gonna just take it for its word. I'm just using that as a base to sort of learn and figure out why things are going where. The only problem I did do is I wasn't paying attention to the hops that they told me to use, mainly the amount. So it said 30 grams of Fuggle, and that's what I did. And then later on, well, I also plugged everything into Brewfather, and again, didn't pay attention to this part until after I was done. And it says, oh, the IBUs for your beer are gonna be like 19. It's supposed to be about 30. And that's like one of the differences between Guinness and Murphy's, I guess. Between like 20 IBUs, maybe, something like that. 45 to 30 or 50 to 30 or something like that. So mine's gonna be like, not really an Irish dry stout. I guess it's maybe I don't know if it's gonna makes it on the sweeter side, less hops. Maybe just, I don't know how you categorize it. Sweet stout, I don't know. But it was started as an Irish stout with Murphy's in mind. Everything went fine, except I didn't put enough hops in. And the same thing happened the last time I did film this. My Brewzilla clogged, but this time not from the hops because I barely put any hops in. And I used a hop spider. I was doing that with these measly little handful of hops, but all the grains and roasted barley and everything like that clogged the pump. So I've since rearranged the bottom of the Brewzilla so that the pump, it drains, because what happened is it drained the pump, or it clogged the pump, and then it goes through the pump first, and then it goes to like the spout. So you can't even use the spout if it's clogged. So again, I had to pick up the whole Brewzilla and pour it into my fermenter. So now I've rearranged the hosing down there so that it bypasses the pump to go out through the pour, whatever you call that, spout. So it goes through the pump or that. So if the pump's clogged, you can still get the beer out, unless that clogs too. But anyways, see how that works. So now I'm just gonna do some taste test. I've got a beer here. This is brewed in BC. See, my beer doesn't have a real good, mine is no longer an Irish dry stout. This is local BC brewery, Dagorad, if that's how you say it. And it is a Belgian style session stout, 4%. Mine is about 4%, 4.1. It says something about, it's a roasty, coffee-like aroma is supported by the Belgian yeast, red berry esters, and gives way to a surprisingly light, crisp finish. I can't compare it to a Guinness or something like that because this is carbonated. It's not, I didn't want to get anything that was nitro because there's a huge difference with the mouthfeel, and I love that. I wish I could do it, but I don't. So I'm going to get something that is, at least I'm not comparing carbonated to a nitro beer. Still probably got about 10 minutes before they get back at the earliest. So let's go with this. I think I got this pouring down pretty good. Let me pour this one first. Sounds right. I mean, I guess I'm gonna be drinking 2 beers right now. And then I gotta take my daughter to the playground. So that'll be nice Saturday. Not a bad pour. Let's see how this goes. I'm using this flow control thing on the Nuka tap, and it's been working pretty good. And I don't know if it's because of that, but it gets like some real fine foam on the top. The one thing I tried to do is make sure I carbonated this properly, because all the other ones I'm in too much of a rush to taste them. And I don't think I ever really carbonated them properly. This time I left it on in the fridge, in the keg for like on 10 PSI for about at least 10 days, probably maybe a little bit more. But then I noticed for part of that, I didn't have the tank hooked up to it. So it was like absorbing the CO2 and then it wasn't getting any more. So then I kept it on, the tank on for it to carbonate. So now I think it's pretty, like I probably don't have this perfect the way it's like restricting everything, but I think I have it carbonated properly, and this beer's not supposed to be that carbonated anyway. So let's go. Don't have much more time. Okay, smell. Not much coming out of there for the aroma. Definitely smell a roastiness with mine. I can't smell anything on this one. Okay, well, I'm just gonna drink it. Should I do this one first? Yeah, because I've been drinking this one. I know what it tastes like. Here we go. Wow. Okay, what do I say about that? It kind of tastes like pretty heavy tasting, actually. It's a session stout, but let me tell you, my brother drinks only like light, Coors Light, Budweiser, things like that. He can't drink anything like this, and if he does, he thinks he's drinking like a roast beef sandwich or something. It's too much. I gave him one of these, made him not look at it, close his eyes. He smelt it. He was thinking it was like a lager. He's not a beer expert. He doesn't drink a lot of like diverse beers, but I wanted to see if he could tell that it was a stout without, he's never had really anything like that. So then he drank it and he liked it. Let me go with this. Oh my God. That is so much better than this one. This is like a well-respected like craft brewery in BC. And you know, maybe if you're looking for, it's 4%. Using Belgian yeast, European hops, and a good deal of care and patience, Daggerrod brews small batches of balanced, complex beer. It's complex, I guess. A roasty coffee-like aroma is supported, yeah, like I said, the Belgian yeast, red berry yeast. Okay, so I forgot to format the card, and I'm talking, and it wasn't even recorded. So where was I? This very smooth, very smooth. Any minute now, the garage door's gonna start opening. I'm gonna be like, fuck. Not smooth though. I cannot drink too many of those. So much better. I mean, they're different. Obviously, they're not supposed to be similar, but this one, I mean, here's my take on an Irish Stout with less hops. So, you know, let's pretend I did it on purpose because I wanted to do something. You know, if I was writing a label like this, I'd say, oh, I wanted to, you know, my take on an Irish Stout. But what I was talking about when I realized the camera was gone, not recording. My daughter's 7 years old. She doesn't watch movies with me. I take her to the theater and she's like getting bored. Come on, I'll leave. I was talking about Superman and I asked her, have you ever seen Superman? She knew who he was, but hadn't really seen much about him. So I asked her, you want to watch a movie with me? Superman, the movie. I'm talking about the 1978 Christopher Reeve one. Thinking she's never going to do this. But she did. She wanted to. Guess what? She loved it. I was so happy. And she wanted to watch the next one. So we watched Superman 2. And she wants to watch the next one, Superman 3. Superman 3 was a little bit tougher because it's like all Richard Pryor, not as much Superman. She wants to watch Superman flying around. Then we watched Superman 4 with that nuclear man. But she still liked it. She's not a movie critic. She just wants to watch Superman doing his thing, which was great. So she wanted to keep watching. Where's Superman 5? And I'm like, well, Superman 5 doesn't really exist. Technically, I guess it kind of like Superman Returns, but I had to explain to her it's a different actor. But we watched it. I don't think she goes, I think she loves Christopher Reeve as Superman, and I think that's the best part of this whole story. Because to me, that's Superman. I've gone into this about Henry Cavill, or Cavill, however you say his name. He never got to play Superman like that. People are saying, oh, he would have. I'm not so sure he would have, because they didn't seem to be going in that direction with him. He's just this intimidating version of Superman. And that's, I think, not, to me, what Superman is. Christopher Reeve is Superman. He's kind, he just wants to help everybody. He's just a good person. As a kid, you're looking up to that guy. Like, that's the person you should be looking up to. Superman, Christopher Reeve's Superman, is the person, we should all be something like, we should all kind of be a person like him. There's more people just like that. Just caring about people, wanting to help people. No judging, just helping. Being good people. I feel like we don't, there's too many Lex Luthors out there today. Okay, done with that one. I won't be buying this one again, but maybe if you will. I mean, if you're in BC, I don't know if you can get these anywhere else, but I mean, it's just not my thing. This one, I'm happy I made it. And I'm happy I did this because whenever I make my beers, I'm kind of like, I'm never really sure if it's good. If I want to think it's good. But now I know I would take this one over that one. And very enjoyable. So here's the recipe. If I didn't already do this, I can't remember. I don't want to say the whole recipe, but this was the recipe. Look at it. Let me know what you think. You can even try it if you wanted. So here you go. Cheers. Good beerin'. Good beerin'. Good beerin', everyone. So that's 2 beers. 2 beers that, yeah, and the garage door should be opening any minute. I'm gonna put this stuff away. I'm gonna pretend this didn't even happen. If I didn't have 2 beers, I'm gonna pretend I didn't just have 2 beers, okay? Talk to you later.